on the radar. Yo, calling in from Florida. He was actually one of the first 10 guests I had on the show. My guy, Oyabun, is back with me. What up, bro?
Yo, what's good?
What's
What up,
up,
what up, what up, what
man?
up, what up, New York City?
Yo, Oya was one of the first people to come on the radar. So it's only what's the word I'm looking for? It's only right that I have you back on the show all these years late, almost
Exactly.
three
It's
years
like a
later.
reunion.
Yeah, it's almost like
Yeah,
3 years
yeah.
later because I think we did our interview
Yeah,
in like
hell yeah.
September or October of 2018, and
Exactly.
we were in hoodies and shit like that. But like I'm happy to have you
Yo,
back, man.
facts.
A lot has happened in your life since then. You're married now. You have a kid. Um,
Yeah. Yep.
like it's crazy how much could happen in just 3 years, bro.
Yo, it is crazy, dog. Even just within a year sometimes, like what could occur, man. It's kind of wild, bro. Even 6 months, I ain't even gonna hold you. I've had some life-changing moments in just 6 months, man. So
Man,
it's
that's
just
incredible. Well, first,
yeah, yo.
tell me about how this whole past year has been for you. Because, excuse me if I have my timeline messed up, but obviously, I think you had your baby during the pandemic, right?
Yes,
If I'm not
exactly. Yeah.
mistaken.
Yeah, yeah.
How is this past year with like getting married, having the kid, doing the music? How has this all kind of been for you when it comes to the music and like mentally and spiritually?
It's been a crazy year. I mean, like, can he see me? He see me in there? I think he could. Nah, it's been a crazy year. My bad. I was saying what up to my brother. Yeah, yo, it's been a crazy year. I mean, it's been one of the most like challenging years, I would say. But in a way, also one of the best years of my life in a weird way. Like the pandemic was like, initially when it started, I thought the world was gonna end. Uh and
Didn't
it
we
kind of
all?
felt like it did. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it felt like it was like it was going to. So I feel like I started to make certain life like decisions. You feel me? Like I was like, I felt like I was like living in LA at the time. Felt like the world was gonna end, all this stuff going on. And there was just a lot of things that I just wanted to, I don't know, take seriously. And around that time when lockdown happened, I actually chose to lock down with my wife at the time. And then while we were locked down together, pretty much a lot of things just kind of naturally happened. We had decided to start a family. Around that time, I had proposed.
Right.
And this is once again while during a time when like a lot of things just wasn't figured out. A lot of people didn't know what their next steps were. A lot of people didn't know. A lot of people just didn't know what the world was gonna look like. And it's funny. It's not necessarily. I know for a lot of people, it was a thing where they stopped what their life was.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people didn't want to really necessarily do like weddings. A lot of people may have not maybe wanted to have had a child, but for me,
Right.
I actually thought it was the perfect time in a weird way because I felt like if I could handle what I'm handling during what was going on, then it was definitely eye-opening for me, Because I was
Right.
like, yo, if I was able to be a husband, start a family, all this during the worst time in a long time, you know what I mean? Just the world's history. I was like, yo, I could do a lot of other stuff. It's like, yo, at that point, it was one of those things where it's like, yo, if I did this, I could do anything type thing. So it was a good moment for me. I don't even like I felt like before that, I was just gunning artist this. Everything was about like music.
Mm.
And even when I was living in LA, it never really felt like it fully fulfilled me. Just having music be the sole passion, sole driver type of thing in my life. And when everything kind of came to a halt, I didn't even know if there was gonna be a music industry. I just started to take certain things more seriously. And that's when I just kind of just took the decision to do those things. Then my daughter was born in December of last year and stuff like that. And yo, thank you. And that should change my life. Like just having her around, her presence and everything. And she was her and my wife were definitely were and still are like my muses for inspiration when it comes to the music thing. So it also even changed my music, like how I approach it, how I do everything. Like my Prezi project was very in your face, very aggressive.
Right.
I just, and that came out of like this new protective energy that I have for just my daughter. Like I just was able to just evolve in a short amount of time because of a lot of things going on. So it was crazy. Like it was crazy. I can't even lie. Like a lot of people was actually shocked for me to do it, but at the same time, I think it was good. It actually inspired some other people that I know to like get on one knee, lock down their girl. Some of my homeboys, like they became fathers when they see me kind of step up to the plate and stuff. And it's been a beautiful thing. I didn't even realize I was able to see I can inspire people even outside of music. Just even people seeing me take care of my family, shit like that. People were able to like be like, damn, like it's more than just like, you know, all the music stuff. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, 1000%. You're
Yeah,
reaching. You're not like a lifestyle coach situation, but you're like inspiring people to kind of make life decisions and life changes and
absolutely.
things like
Yeah,
that.
I would hope so. You know, I definitely would hope so.
Well, with that EP, you've been pretty consistent from 2020 to now. Like obviously, just like looking at the discography over the past year, obviously the Too Young to Die EP. I'll make sure I get
Yeah,
all the EPs. The Soul of the Streets EP.
yeah,
Obviously, the Prezi, the
yes,
things, this thing of ours, the 2-pack out now, and of
yeah,
course like a plethora of other singles and records and features and whatnot. Um,
exactly.
when it came to like I guess the music side of the pandemic and you kind of working on all this stuff, did it kind of feel like, obviously for you it didn't slow down, you just kind of kept going?
Yeah, if anything, the pandemic kind of gave me more room. Oh, yo, perfect example. I actually explained this to my boy recently very well, so I'll just use that example I gave him.
Okay.
The pandemic the pandemic cleared traffic for me.
Ooh, okay.
So for a while, it felt like I had a Ferrari that at least I felt like, you know, my music, certain things about me. I felt like I had this really fast car that I could drive, but I always felt like I was stuck in traffic. I felt like there was a lot of other stuff going on, a lot of congestion, a lot of other artists always dropping stuff. When the pandemic happened, it kind of pushed the market to a place where pretty much I'd say 80%, 90% of big artists wasn't dropping nothing. They didn't know what to
X.
do. And
Mm-hmm.
it cleared the field for like niggas like me who've been in this industry for a while, hustling. That's why even you got guys like Dirk who've been in the industry for like almost 10 years, popping up, blowing up this year. You got guys like Moneybag Yo who's been in the industry for like a long
Couple of
time,
years, yeah.
blowing up this year. It's because like the field got cleared, you know, like a lot of top guys was able to find like who have been consistently dominating the last decade and stuff like that. And you know what comes with that, like all the label stuff, niggas
Mm-hmm.
dominating like the market shares. It was a lot of just shit going on. And it was hard to just break out. I felt like the pandemic, especially when it first started, that shit was a gold rush for me because it helped. I mean, my social media numbers doubled. Like a bunch of stuff happened while that happened because everybody was at home. And I never really was able to just capture that type of attention. And I knew I wasn't going to. I knew a year from now, here it is, I am a year from now, people half third of the country's being vaccinated. People are like going back outside, restaurants opening up. So back then, when I knew everything was on lockdown, all people had to do was be home. I was just dominating on Instagram. Like later on in the year, started dominating on YouTube. You know what I mean? Just taking advantage
Yeah.
of everybody being stuck in one place. Really.
So which one of the EPs are you most proud of that you put out over the past year?
The Prezi,
The Prezi? Okay.
100%. Yeah.
So let's get into it. So the Prezi, what is the whole, obviously, you mentioned your energy and you had that more protective energy on the project, which obviously showed
Yeah.
through the records. With that, what was your kind of goal for that project? Like what kind of was really your motivation when it came to like the art, the name, all that?
Yeah, not facts. So yo, in Jamaica, there's a dude, Duddis, big Jamaican gangster. And in Jamaica, they always refer to him as like the Prezi. And I always thought that
Ooh,
was dope. Yeah, like the
that's
Prezi
hard.
this, the Prezi that. So that actually kind of took in that energy when I was making this project. I almost like kind of took in the whole idea of just Duddis. Like I was watching mad Christopher Coke documentaries and all of this stuff for him. And then the project was just a natural thing. There was like a bunch of shit I was going through at the time. It was like my third drill project. So I was kind of well within the genre already with
Right.
stuff. So but at the same time, it was in an effort it was more UK inspired too. My first couple of drill projects brought me like a lot of UK fans. So I kind of wanted to, and I started listening more to UK drill, and I was like, yo, these niggas is like really lyrical. Like these guys like bar for bar for bar. Like it was a lot different than Brooklyn drill sometimes. Like Brooklyn drill, like at least to me, it felt like it's a lot more about the energy that the records
Yeah.
kind of provide.
Mm-hmm.
But these UK guys, man, like the wittiness, the way that they deliver their punchlines, you know what I mean? And then they got their own culture of just even, they've been able to become, they're very good at saying certain things because they also like, they got all the censorship shit, you know? A lot of these guys are facing cases, CCTV, all of that wild stuff. So even when they talk about certain stuff, they got to talk about it very very wisely.
Yeah, very like they got to move a little different.
Way different. I like that. You know, it wasn't, instead of you just being on songs and just dry snitching on yourself, you could just kind of, there's a way to just go about this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And it kind of just inspired me. I listened like Heady One, them type of guys, Digga D. Me and Digga D actually became really cool during that whole time. Yeah, and they showed a lot of love. Like UK, some of the, like, a lot of UK guys just got taller. They solid people. So it kind of all just was like all that energy, all that everything was in the Prezi, yeah. And like it was just a dope project to me. Hey.
You even created like your own little London accent for yourself too, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, yo, and it's kind of funny because like oftentimes, even if I'm at home or if I'm out with certain people, like it's honestly just naturally just like a patois accent, you know?
Ooh, I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah. So for me, I actually wasn't actually trying to even do you, because I knew I couldn't really like sound like I was from the UK, but I knew if I just sounded like a Jamaican rapper, it would just sell the same way. and it did.
Because like, I mean, like a lot of people over there are Jamaican or they're mixed with Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? Like there are a lot of roots. Of course, obviously you have the African roots over there, but of course you have a lot of Jamaican roots when it comes to like some British people.
Yeah, exactly. So that kind of came to play into it. And then weirdly enough, bro, I actually didn't even feel like, okay, I didn't even really feel like I was trying. Like that was the one thing I didn't want to do, was like try to force an accent, because especially we was like pushing to that market. I didn't want nobody to feel like I was trying to be like a British rapper or nothing, because that was never my intention. Nor was it something I was even trying to like maintain or some shit like that. I was just like, yo, like, I'm gonna just give them their flavor, you know?
I like that. You know, it caught me off guard at first, because I was like, yo, did Oya just create a fake accent?
Yeah, nah, yo. That's what's bad funny about that. Nah,
I was hella confused. I was like, yo,
that was like one of the biggest things I was trying to avoid, actually. It's funny.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I just wanted a little bit of the flavor there. Like, okay, I'll give you an example, right? So in American rap, there's ways of delivering stuff, but like when I started to use the slang, I felt like that kind of made people's ears turn a certain way. So I'd be like, man's them chat too funny, they think we slick, we catch them live. But that's just me talking, that's just me kind of really just rapping normal. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like, it's just like when people hear man's them, they like, it kind of puts certain bars and certain lyrics.
You think about the Jamaican accent though, too.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So that's what my play was. Yeah, man. It was actually one of my most like natural projects to even put together. It was just really fun. You know, I was working with a couple producers from the UK, two big guys, Ghosty. Yeah, we just had fun.
And like, obviously we got this 2-pack out now as well. And, you know, and of course, and also Do Me Wrong is out now.
Yeah.
When it comes to kind of like what, because, you know, when I look at like what you put out over the past year, even kind of looking at like Soulja and like Tequila, you've like really kind of jumped into a bunch of different lanes. Why do you feel like that's also part of like the lane clearing, where you're like, oh, I'm go and kind of try all these things out now that I have the opportunity and the quietness to try them out?
Absolutely, bro. 2016, I had dancehall records. 2017, Views came out and clipped it for me. Like, it was over. I remember just playing these songs. I was like, yo, if I drop this, everybody's going to be like, oh, yeah, it's because he heard Views, he heard this. And like, I'm Jamaican. I've had these records for a long time. And before Drake, I didn't know if I could even deliver those type of records to the market. Then Views came out, and I'm really watching this guy like deliver these records.
You're like, I've been doing this shit.
I'm like, yo, I've been doing this. And like, people only knew me for like, at the time, like R&B, rap stuff. And it was just always a battle. So I felt like just once I had the opportunity, just like what you said, like last year, I just started just dishing some stuff out. Like last year, there was some really good releases from like Burna Boy, Mr. Easy, Wizkid, all that type of stuff. And I seen last year was the same year Burna Boy won a Grammy.
Yeah.
As an Afro artist. So actually, I guess I caught like a good year to even just kind of step into it. I gained a lot of fans
and play around with it.
Yeah, exactly. Gained a lot of fans from like Nigeria, Ghana, stuff like that. And yeah, bro, it was a dope opportunity to oh yeah, I'm with yeah. Oh yeah, my mom.
It's all good. It's all good. I'll chop it up. Don't worry.
But yeah, it gave a dope opportunity. Ma, I'm on the thing.
It's all good.
Yeah, it just gave me a dope opportunity with kind of like playing with different sounds. Yeah, I'm here visiting my family.
No, you can, don't worry about it. Don't stress about it.
But yeah, it gave me a good opportunity to just. I'm big on. I don't want people to just think I'm one thing. You know, even when I did drill, I didn't want people. I was doing drill with the history of other stuff. So it was never like people. It was never like it was the first music people had heard from me.
Ooh, okay.
So I took advantage of that because I knew a lot of other drill artists. They had been doing drill from when they started as artists, you know? So unfortunately, it's a little bit harder for them to kind of pivot and do other sounds. For me, I just kind of just like, I was just trying to let people know, like, nah, like, even though I'm doing this drill thing and I'm loving this drill thing, I don't want you to just see me as a drill artist. I don't really want to be seen as one thing. I just kind of been showing just naturally thing. I just wanted to show just natural stuff about like what was going on with me. And certain influence that I had at the time. Because like last year, all I was listening to was like Afro music. Like I didn't really listen to too much other stuff. I just listened to Afro music and I just listened to drill.
That's interesting. And so, okay, so when it comes to like what you're doing next and what's like the next step for you, obviously I don't expect you to like slow down at all anytime over this next year or whatever's left in this year, since we're already halfway through it almost. But what for you is next? Are you going to try to do something new, or what do you think is like the next step for you?
Yeah, well, I feel like we've been at a point. A lot of what happened was calculated. Fortunately, we were like testing a lot of different. We were testing a lot of different things, and we were just trying to just stretch certain even skills that I had, like as far as singing certain stuff. I think for us, the next biggest thing is that I feel like the next biggest thing that I was trying to do was kind of just be able to pull everything together in like a very concise project. So like the last couple of projects was like kind of bits and pieces of certain things that I've been working on, like the 2-pack, for instance. That was me delivering like a certain sound. The Prezi was me delivering like a certain sound. So all the while, there's like a main person that I've been working with too. And we're just kind of taking these like little EPs and little things, these things that I've been doing and studying it. So the big thing that what we're trying to move forward to is the EP I'm trying to close the year out with is what like that is actually when like that's why the song for the summer is going to be a song for the summer. Like it was one of those things where I was always dropping something. We could go back this way. It was one of those things where I was always dropping something every month. So when I drop this next single in June, I'm pushing that the whole summer. And then kind of just even to break up the attention, because people was used to me dropping every month. I wanted people to see like, oh, he's still pushing this song. Oh, he's still pushing this song. And I want them to start thinking, oh shit, maybe something bigger. Maybe he's doing like a shift. And in the meantime, we really want to make a very concise, polished EP. Especially for like a lot of the US markets and stuff like that. Not so much as like how the Prezi was. Like, I don't really want people to really expect that type of thing again. But yeah, just something very concise to just drop. And that's when we were like, yo, we should just like follow up and do like a sequel to Too Young to Die. Because that was low-key the EP last year that kind of started it off.
Yeah.
My like this run that I'm having, that was like the first one that I had put out like during the quarantine. We've been just gunning on it since. So that's kind of where we kind of pushing to right now. We want to just have something like bigger pieces to stretch longer almost.
Yeah, not facts. And I think that's definitely like the right step for you. You know what I'm saying? Now you're gonna so you did the pandemic thing of dropping like this, and then now you're gonna take your time with what's next.
Exactly.
Now that you already have like an idea of what worked over the past year versus what didn't work.
Exactly. 100%. Babe, I get to dial some stuff back. I get to kind of take a little bit longer with the releases. But now when I deliver, I'm delivering. That's the thing. Like I wouldn't have, spent the summer marketing one song if I didn't feel like this song is a fucking smash. You know what I mean? Like, oh, excuse my French, but
yeah, you can curse. It's all good.
Yeah. If I didn't feel like this song was like a smash, then like, I would have just had another song for July, another song for August. I got bad heat. Like I have mad shit that I've always working on. Like,
of course.
But at the same time, talking with my team and stuff, the consistency works for certain things. And but now we're just trying to like really deliver some like very concise things, pretty much.
Right. I think that that's like, I think that that's gonna go well for you, because I feel like, you know, once you're like, all right, I'm gonna back this in this one song and I'm gonna stick with it, and then you're gonna hit them with an EP or like a full length project.
Exactly.
I feel like that'll be received differently than just putting out, you know, a EP every now and then, or some records out. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be more concentrated and focused.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like sometimes people expect this out of consistency. I just want to, I feel like that's an expectation. You see someone being consistent, but you know, it has to hit a head a bit eventually. Like there has to be, and I didn't want people to just, there was a difference between me being consistent and there was a difference between people just thinking, oh, nah, he's just one of them like niggas that's just gonna be just dropping all the time. Cause yo, people are fickle. In one moment, they love the consistency. And another moment, they're like, they different. You know what I mean? They become indifferent to it. I don't know if you've seen that. I've seen that even with certain artists where like in some ways it's beneficial, but in other ways people are like, yo, but I really like an album from them. I would really like, you know, something really big from them. And sometimes they'd be like, he's so caught up with dropping something every month. Like, how am I going to get that from this artist? So I'm just trying to think ahead to that. And fortunately, I feel a little bit confident in the fact that I've played the consistent game up to a certain point, but I'm actually making the pivot at the right point before I start losing attention, steam, and this and that. And people start not taking the releases as serious because they'll be like, if I miss this one, he got another one.
Yeah, he gonna have another EP come around the corner. Some shit like that.
Yeah. That's why, like, now this thing of ours came out, a little 2-pack. You know, that's why I kept it that way, short and simple. It wasn't like another 5-song, 6-song EP. Not that I don't have it. I just was like, nah, I'm gonna just throw 2 songs out there, run them shits up until I get this big single out next month. And then once that shit comes out, I'm finna just sit back, let it do its thing, keep pushing it, let it do its thing, and just run that song into people's mind so that they understand that a lot of what I was doing the last year actually led up to this moment. I was actually working from last year to get to a moment like this where I'd have everything I needed to push one song and now just take that to the next level. And then I could go back and be, you know what I mean? It's consistent, but this break needed to happen. I feel like
1,000%. Now, something that I always admire from you is that you always have fire visuals. Like your visuals are always on point, no matter what. And you're not like, oh, I'm gonna go record one visual in a parking garage and that's gonna be it. No, you take your time with your visuals, right? Yes, and that's something I appreciate. 100%. So when 100%. It comes to the visuals coming or going forward, what do you have in store? And like, I know when it comes to like a bigger project, like what you're teasing right now, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of different things happening with that.
Yes, no, absolutely. For the big single that I have coming out, I'm actually doing a video. I'm actually happy. I mean, my wife has been in like one of the videos like early on. Like Silent Hill, I think she was in that video. But then like the pregnancy and stuff, it was kind of touch and go on like the other videos. So now that she's good and everything, and for what the type of song it is, it's a love song, like a hood love song sort of. So she's gonna be in the video with me, and I'm really excited about that and shit like that because I'm gonna just be serenading her the whole video and stuff like that. And but yeah, even that, like I kind of even wanted people to see more of like even us a little bit, because she's a big focus of mine, just everything, you know. So yeah, like the next video that I'm planning, I just wanted it to be a little bit more
personal.
Yes, absolutely. But at the same time, it even feels larger than life. Compared to a lot of my other videos, because a lot of my other videos is me in rapper form. I feel like this one of the videos, at least for me, I'm trying to just start pushing that icon image. Like, oh yeah, yo, this thing could give me like Jay and Beyonce vibes or some shit like that, you know? Like that type of thing is what was really my goal.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
I'm excited for you, man. I'm excited for everything that you got coming up because, you know, as someone who was one of the first people on this show and kind of seeing the growth and even how you come this far with your family and your wife and your kid is crazy. And I'm excited. So we don't have a name for this project that you're coming out with, right? Do we have a name for the single?
Oh, yeah. The single's called Masterpiece.
Okay.
And the project as of right now is titled 2, as you know, the number 2. Young 2 died.
All right, Young 2 died. Yeah. That's what we're coming out with. My bad. Yeah. My bad. I don't know why I thought they were separate things. I don't know why. In my brain, I thought they were separate things when we talked about it at the beginning of before we started rolling.
Nah, yeah, that's the ultimate goal right now. Is like this song Masterpiece that comes out next month is kind of the opening gate noise. It's like for what's coming with the EP. And what people should expect. I think it will break a lot of expectations, which I'm hoping, because it's not something that people have heard from me. But now it will kind of put them in a state of expecting anything from me, and that's exactly what I want.
No, that's incredible. And look, man, like I said, I'm excited and I'm happy, and I'm happy to see you and your family winning and living your best life out in Florida right now.
Yo, facts.
Before we go, is there anything else that the people got to be on the lookout for, be aware of, or anything like that you got on the way?
Yeah, June 11th is the next
June 11th.
Yes, it's the next single. Big single, stuff like that. And yeah, before the end of the year the EP will come. And yeah, that's pretty much where I'm, and just more videos. Like that was a big commitment that I made to myself in the years previous. Mm-hmm. You know, I'd make a couple videos, like maybe 2-3 videos for the year. Now I'm already up to 5 right now, I think.
Yeah. So like, I was looking at you had a bunch come out this year already.
Yeah, bro. And you know, I mean, I guess there's something I'm doing this all like completely independent too. Right. Like everything is out of pocket. I mean, I'm damn near an accountant at this point. The way I like have learned to budget, put sheets together.
That's amazing.
Everything. But yo, just I mean, even advice to any artists out there, yo, please take your financial literacy serious, mm-hmm. Please. Like you know, save your money, budget your money. Just, you know, don't feel the need to do all of this keeping up with the Joneses bullshit. Just focus on your craft. Don't focus on just being out there and having to be everywhere. Just do what you got to do. Save your money and execute. Put a plan together. These things are really important. People say it all the time. People say they listen, but they're not really listening. I know it's an emotional thing to be an artist. I know there's a lot of shit that goes on and anxiety and tension, but just genuinely just sit down and just take it serious. It really could happen for you, you know? Like I taught myself friggin' Google ads, Facebook ads, you know what I mean? Like you gotta, if you really want this, you gotta, you know, you really gotta put yourself,
you gotta put yourself
behind it, 100%. If you don't put yourself behind your brand, who else is, you know?
Oh yeah, coming through with some bars today.
Yeah, yo, that's just, I because I've been able to find certain, you know, things, I just want people to do the same. You know what I mean, man? Like,
yeah, no, that's a fact. That's a fact. Well, you know what? Go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, if more artists were independent, we all wouldn't have to be signed to a record deal.
Ooh.
That's all. That was my sign off.
My man came through. He was like, just so y'all know, this could be what we doing, but you know what? Y'all want to go do this.
Yeah, yo, it's a herd mentality, and the herd mentality needs to be independence, you know? That would help a lot. It would help us as artists.
Nah, facts. Well, you know what? I appreciate you when you always come on here and spit some bars. It's great having you back on the show after almost 3 years, 2.5 years later. Congratulations on, again, the family, the baby, all that. I'm looking forward to this new single, Masterpiece, out June. What is the date?
June 11th.
June 11th, Masterpiece drops.
Setting the summer off.
Setting the summer off correctly with a project soon after. Let the people know where they could follow you at, and anything else you want to plug in there. Now is the time to do it. You know the vibes. You've done this before.
Oh yeah, big facts. Yeah, at Who Is Oyabun, OYABUN. Feel me? Check it out. You know the Flossy in the building, and tap into this thing of ours. Tap into the Imagine video on YouTube. This thing of ours 2-pack EP on all streaming platforms, and yeah, that's pretty much it right now. Yeah, June 11th, Masterpiece is coming out. The world takeover is happening. Feel me?
Yo, there you have it, man. Make sure you go follow him. Go run up. He's got so many projects out now. I'm going to just run off a few. He's got the 2-pack, This Thing of Ours, the Prezi, Too Young to Die, Soul of the Street. So many things out now. Oh, can't forget about Tequila. I like Tequila. Tequila was a dope record. I really enjoyed that one.
Yo, I'm happy you mentioned that. I'm also putting out a project next May 17th. It's called Just for Fun. That's exactly what it is.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, this will come out after that. So Just for Fun out now. Go tap in with that.
Yes. Perfect. Yeah, because there's gonna be like it's a bunch of like Afro records like Soldier, like Tequila. It's that type of vibe, you know what I mean? It's literally just called like Just for Fun or whatever. Because it was just for fun. Like I'm in between like the big single I'm putting out next month. So I was like, yo, let me get some more Afro songs out, stuff like that. Because I know, I'm happy you even said that, because I'm dropping the tape for, you know, people like you that like the Afro stuff that I've done. And I didn't want people to be like, oh, maybe he draked us. He did like a couple of them songs. He stopped. Like, nah, like I'm really doing this shit. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's coming out before everything else. It's just a little thing.
Well, make sure y'all go check all that out. Make sure you go follow him. Keep in tune with Oyabun because he's got countless music coming out on the way. A lot of music on the way. New single set the summer off. Masterpiece, June 11th. Project on the way. And then until the next time we do this, bro, I'll see you again.
Yo, absolutely, bro. Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Thank you for taking the time.
It's Oyabun on the radar, baby.